Hello everybody, it's Tommy and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a very general creative sim video of three different students, types of different students for university, and they are all going to be wearing custom content that I found for my university CC haul, which will be linked at the end if you would like to check that out. It was yesterday's video, and I basically picked three really wide arrays of types of students and collected a bunch of custom content revolving around them, and I wanted to use some of it to make a couple of students for you guys to download if you're looking for some new sims, and specifically wanted to see how I would use some of the custom content in yesterday's video. And normally I would put that like in the video itself, but that one was just so long. There was a fair bit of custom content and explanation behind some of my choices, so it didn't really fit, and it just made a lot more sense to do this in a separate video. Plus, a lot of you guys have been telling me that you actually enjoy when I create sims that are a little bit more random. There's no super backstory behind any of the three of these. I didn't really get too much into like the character design of them. I just knew I wanted three different types of people. So the first person that we're going to be creating is the type of student that would literally roll out of bed. They've got to be to class in 2 minutes. They live right down the road, off-campus housing, or they're in the dorms, and they've got a class in 2 minutes and they cannot be late, so they don't really care. A lot of times they'll just throw on like a sweatshirt and off the shoulder, something like big and puffy and kind of comfortable, layers, jackets, maybe some sweatpants and some good sneakers, and just roll off to class. It's probably really early in the morning, don't even have time to brush your hair. Just the type of person to roll out of bed at the last second, which is kind of me. I definitely, when I was in school, would wait until I couldn't anymore to get up and get ready for school, but I did still manage most days to throw on a pair of jeans. I was never really like a let's throw sweatpants on and go to class type of person. Not to say that I didn't totally envy everybody who was comfortable doing that, because I would look over and see people, and especially guys, showing up in like full pajamas and just being totally okay with it, and I did envy them very much, especially because here in Maine it is so cold, so layering is a huge deal, and I can't even tell you how many times I just would throw on a t-shirt and a sweatshirt and a pair of jeans and think that I was going to be fine, and just freeze in the classroom and not even be able to focus because you cannot deal with the amount of cold that they keep the schools. So that is our first lady here today, and I did want to feature some of the glasses that were shown off in the video. They're nothing special. There were a couple of different variations of glasses that I had picked out. I personally really love the good classic perfectly circular glasses. I sport those as sunglasses in my everyday life. So I love the way that they look on people, especially people who have like a wider framed face, such as myself or this particular person that I had created. And as usual for my model references, I don't really do sims out of my head, because I find that I do the same things over and over again, and that gets very boring, and it's not super helpful to those of you who might be looking for like a wider array of diverse types of people to download. So I will often look up on various social media platforms just like random people, which sounds really kind of weird, but it is what I do. So I will type in like various things like Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter to find like pictures of people. That way I'm really staying super diverse with everything. And then they will be lightly referenced off of that particular person, sometimes more so than others, because I want to really like replicate that person, and I'll like see a person and I'll be like, wow, I really, really have never made a sim that looks like that before. So I'll really try my best to capture that likeness. For our second university student here, and yes, these are all going to be female today, I wanted to create somebody who was like a little bit more sporty, your like classic bitchy sort of adult. She goes to school, she goes to university, and I really wanted to play with the idea of cheerleading, which is more so of like a high school idea, but you can be a professional cheerleader. Obviously, there are people who do it for various sports teams. You can be a cheerleader in college. So I really, really like the idea of using some of the cheerleader CC that I had used and bringing it into the university aspect. So she is actually a pro cheerleader, and her ambition ambition is to one day be a professional NFL cheerleader. No particular team in mind. I did pick red for the sports jacket, the university jacket, and for her little uniform on top to represent Foxbury. Even though I know they have different colors, like I think it's gold and blue additionally, but I really wanted her to sport the red. And maybe she actually does cheerlead for that school, which is kind of a thing that wasn't really included in university. Like, we did get soccer, and I haven't had an opportunity at all to play with the pack, but I really do wish there was more like sporting events, more like football. Football's kind of my thing, so that would have been more up my alley. Or sporting events that you can actually go to and like really get into sports a lot more, which is hopefully something that we're going to see in a future pack. But I didn't want to neglect the idea of like sporting and cheerleaders and any kind of sport like hockey, baseball. Hockey's really, really popular around here. Couldn't find too much CC for like specific sports, but I did find like classic baseball tees for guys and some various like cheerleading uniforms for girls and basketball shorts and all those things. So that's all in the CC haul additionally if you're looking for some sporting type of stuff. And then lastly, I wanted somebody that was like more professional looking, maybe goes to a super, super high-end school. If you're keeping the in-game lore, whether or not that would be Brightchester, but an Ivy League school nonetheless, and you are required to basically show up into all of your classes in business attire. So something like Harvard, Stanford type of deal where like you really just cannot roll up in your best sweatpants. You have to really put an effort into your outfits, do your makeup, make it kind of natural, super light. But I also really, really loved this hair in particular. This is one that I found sort of late into my CC haul, and I was super in love with it. Like, this hair is absolutely everything that we need more of in The Sims. So I really did want to showcase this hair in particular, and I felt like this type of a sim really, really embodied this hair. It's just so stunning on her. Like, she could pull off a lot of different hairs, but this is one of my new favorite hairs, so I like absolutely had to use it. And I knew right away that I wanted to put her in this sort of like tailored suit jacket with the turtleneck and the matching skirt, and it comes in a lot of really cool patterns, and it does have that more formal slash businessy, maybe a little more casual with like the length of the skirt and everything, but still giving off the vibe that I was going for like your last type of student. And then like the classic business heels that you would literally never wear anywhere else in life. But really, really cool for this outfit nonetheless. So kind of minimal on the makeup, kind of minimal on the jewelry, but very classic. And all three of these Sims are going to be up on the gallery. All of their CC, of course, is linked in my Pinterest folders, and it is also available in my CC haul, so check that out. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Let me know what other types of creative Sims you would like to see, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon below to turn on post notifications so you can get updated every single time I post, and I will talk to you all in the next one.